Hey everyone, welcome to What I Know Now. Hey Elsa, how you doing?
Great. How are you, Jessica?
Good. I'm good. Today we're planning on talking about aging parents, which is something that I think a lot of people are dealing with right now.
I was in charge of taking care of my aunt because her husband had died and she didn't have children. So it was left to me and my brother. And she did have to go in and out of the hospital because she was sick. But the last time she was in the hospital, she said, I want to go home and do not bring me back here. Like because they're so quick to call the ambulance and like get you back in there. And she's like, no, it's okay if my breathing is low or less, whatever. And so it was hard for me to get her out of the hospital. She kept calling me every day. I was like, I'm trying, but they had all these procedures and they don't just let you go easily. And so I finally got her home. But the whole reason I'm going into that is what I didn't realize, and what I realized in retrospect, was that you're sort of used to them being the adult and making the decisions. And I was going along with that for quite a while. And then I sort of realized, no, it's like, no, I'm making every decision. Right. But it took me a while to get to that point, and I wished I had done it earlier. So I will say that in retrospect. And then it really sort of dawned on me that she's not making good decisions. She was bedridden, and she's like, I called the Mercedes dealer. They're going to deliver a car that drives itself practically. And I was like, no, you're not getting that. So I think that the trick is to realizing when you really do need to step in, but also letting them still feel empowered and that you're just not coming in like a bulldozer.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I think that was a real tricky balance for me.
Yeah, I agree. And it is because it's like, it's like we're all still learning. You don't get a dress rehearsal on this stuff. I mean, I guess you do sort of with the first parent, and then maybe you're better with the second parent. But yeah, I think it's about empathy and just, knowing when. And it's, because we've done the same thing. We've definitely vacillated between like, okay, Dad, no, you can't, you've got to stop paying your bills. Time to take that one over. Like, but same thing with the car. And he's like, well, I just don't want you to sell my car.
Oh, right.
And at first we were like, that car wouldn't sell for $5 to anybody. Like, no, nobody's looking for a 98 Audi wagon. They're not. That's a real independence thing for him. And my sister's like, okay, Dad, I hear you.
Yeah.
I think the best way to proceed, and I'm like, oh, come on. Which is just not helpful.
No, I know.
I'm much more bull in the china shop. But this is my learning process.
Yeah, and everyone's is different because everybody's story is just a little bit different, or there's different challenges depending on how ill the person is. But it's hard. I feel like a lot of my friends are going through that right now and it's a little bit of a weird time because if you're in your 40s, I feel like for me anyway, and I've heard this from other people in their 40s, that's also, you're sort of in a learning and changing time yourself. So you've got a lot going on, and then you've got the extra thing with dealing with the parents. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's the sandwich generation, right? I think it can be really scary to be like, oh my gosh, my dad is suddenly this like totally disorganized crazy person, or whatever your situation is. That's like, and you just need to be like, okay, that's fine. This is who he is. He's 83. He deserves that. He's lived his life, and now I kind of have to step in, but respectfully step in and put my ducks in a row about his situation.
I think you're right about that. And just sort of taking one day at a time. Yes. And not being hard on yourself, because it can, I tended to beat myself up a little bit. Oh, I should have done this, or I could have done that, or, oh, I should go over there now.
I think you have the urge a lot of times to be like, I'm just going to get in there and deal for him. And they're like, go away. Like, Don't move me. Don't sell my car. Stop taking over my bills. Like, leave me alone. And that can be very, like, you can get in. We've gotten in such fights where he like puts his foot down, and he's not a put foot down kind of guy. Like,
right.
Mellow, but in his old age he has been anyway. And but it's like, you've got to be really respectful at a time where they're not making any sense.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, I've got to be respectful right now.
I know. And maybe that just goes back to the just listening. Like you said, your sister does, where
Right.
not trying to fix something at that moment and just be like,
Yes.
They just want to know that they're heard. So you're like, oh.
I agree. My sister said something really funny. She was like, this was in the very beginning of, like, it was clear he needed some help. And she was like, let me just be clear with you. We're not going to go in with like a notepad of to-dos. Like, we're not. Okay.
Which is what I would be tempted to do too.
Totally.
Everything orderly and okay, let's get it organized.
Let's just get it done.
But it's not. That's not the process.
Thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate it. And that's all we have this week, but we'll see you next week. Please like us on Facebook and subscribe.